going to be the next undisputed champion? That's what the video is about today. Every single next champion on the main roster, I'm going to predict them. We'll start off with the undisputed title. It could be you. No, for real, this title could be you. You could be the next WrestleChop champion. I'm going to give it away at 20,000 subscribers. All you got to do is comment below, subscribe to the channel, and you can win this belt right here. It's not a toy. It's a replica. All right. Let's start off with the Intercontinental belt, though. For real, let's start off with the Intercontinental belt. I'm thinking Finn Balor. Finn Balor right now is in a program with CM Punk. No way, no how he's going to lose. CM Punk has bigger things ahead of him at WrestleMania 42, and that's the Tribal Chief. We'll talk that later. But Finn Balor, once he loses this feud, I bet Dominic Mysterio, the current Intercontinental Champion, says something to Finn Balor. Now, I don't know if Finn Balor is going to leave the Judgment Day. He's going to kick Dominic out, but something's going to happen, and Finn Balor is not going to take too kindly to Dom kind of making fun of him for losing to CM Punk. Therefore, I think we'll have the Judgment Day explodes at WrestleMania 42. Finn Balor will beat Dirty Dom. But don't worry. I'm going to do a WrestleMania 42 prediction video next week, and I'm going to tell you how Dom is going to lose this match, but get his heat right back instantly. But yeah, Finn Balor, your next Intercontinental Champion. All right, so let's go to the other men's mid-card, the U.S. title. The U.S. title has been currently in an open challenge state since, I think, like last October or something like that, November. Sami Zayn, Ilya Dragunov to Carmelo Hayes. All producing banger matches, but they lack feud and substance. Currently, it looks like The Miz is going to be the big bad of Carmelo Hayes' title reign, and kind of Ilya Dragunov kind of hovering in and about as well. I think Carmelo survives both of them. I think what's going to happen, though, is Trick Williams, I believe, will enter the Elimination Chamber, but when he loses that, much like Finn Balor, he's going to go instantly into the program for the U.S. title. And I think Trick would be a great choice. The next holder needs to be a heel because we need to end the U.S. Open Challenge. Yes, we have 30-minute banger matches every single week, but it's the law of diminishing returns. It's not feeling as special as it once did. So we got to get it on a heel, and the heel needs to stop it right away, but we can't let the title lose its credibility and its importance. I think Trick Williams would be a great choice for that. And then that will also allow Trick to have a title, but not have to be in the main event scene. They got history too. They have a ton of history, Trick and Carmelo in NXT. So yeah, just build upon that. I see Trick winning on a random episode of SmackDown because it's a US Open Challenge. They will have a rematch at Mania, but Trick will win that as well. Let's do tag titles. Now, we'll start with the women's. The women's tag team title scene is probably one of the better booked divisions of all of WWE. In fact, it's probably too booked. They've got all the star power, which has really diminished the women's top title scenes. But that said, hey, you know what? Good for the tag teams. Right now we have Io Sky and Rhea. It looks like we're headed towards a TLC or ladder match at Mania where there's just going to be a ton of people. We're going to switch the belts actually before Mania. I'm thinking we're going to give it to the Bella Twins. The Bella Twins just reunited. Nikki Bella came back, right? And she did not win any titles. So I'm thinking they're going to try to rectify that. Now that Brie is back and the Bellas, they were like a tag team before tag team championships were even a thing for the women's division. I could see Triple H wanting to add that to their resume. Honestly, I could see Triple H just wanting to be like, you know what? I'm going to reward you for what you did in the past. We didn't have these belts there, so now you can get the belts. I don't think it's going to be a long title reign. I could even see Rhea and Io winning it back at WrestleMania just so they could have that moment. But yes, I see the Bellas winning it just so they can say that they were tag team champions. Because why else would Brie Bella come back? All right, now we go to the tag team division, men's tag team division. Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. The Usos, right? Jimmy has not been present much because Naomi gave birth. So I'm very happy. I'm really happy for him, and I understand that that is the reason why he hasn't been present. However, he did recently come back, and no matter what, with or without him, all they've done since winning is come out to the crowd so Jey Uso can yeet, and then they say, yeah, we've got the belts now, and everybody better watch out. That's it. That's it. Even when Jimmy was gone, they should have had tag teams attacking Jey Uso because the tag team champions were weak. They were weak because one was gone, and they could have been attacking Jey this whole time. So when Jimmy came back, instantly a feud was ready to go. But no, instead, we're getting the Usos versus the Alpha Academy. Come on. I'm so happy that Tozawa is getting a moment to shine, but nobody believes that this is going to happen. I think the real next champion is going to be The Vision, and it's going to be Austin Theory and Logan Paul. I just think they're going to want to try to strengthen The Vision, who has looked like chumps. The Vision is one of the worst factions I've ever seen, booked horribly, and they have no chemistry. And individually, they're amazing and awesome. And they got Paul Heyman, who's the GOAT, and yet some reason it's not clicking, not working. So one way to make a faction look strong is to give them the tag team titles. That way, instantly, just from a snapshot point of view, this faction has gold around their waist. I think it goes to Logan Paul and Austin Theory, and then Logan Paul can bring it everywhere. And WWE loves to see their championship belts in the public eye. So there you have it. Now we go to SmackDown. The MFTs just won. I do not know if the tag team champions are Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, who did win the belt, but on the last SmackDown, he said, these titles are not for me, they are for my MFTs. And then they gave the belts to Tama Tonga. So I don't know, maybe Tama Tonga himself is the tag team champions. Or they did what they did last time, when they just gave Tunga Loa the championship. Tunga Loa is so good, he doesn't even have to win championships to win championships. And maybe they do that here, where now they give the belts to Tunga Loa and JC Mateo. Hate that name. Either way, someone in the MFTs have the titles. Who's going to win it? I don't know. The SmackDown Tag Division is a far cry from what it was 1 year ago. Street Profits, they're nowhere to be seen, which is, excuse me, they're on NXT house shows. That's where you can see them. That's a travesty, by the way. No shade to NXT. It's just Let's do something with the Street Profits, please. Tommaso Ciampa left for AEW, so now we don't even have DIY. Do we just give it back to the Wyatts, who really, unfortunately, did nothing with them? I mean, maybe they just traded back and forth. But I don't think so. We could call up Hank and Tank from NXT. We might do that. I could see that, but honestly, I bet they just give it to Fraxium. Fraxium just won their feud, I think, against Johnny Gargano. So now they got nothing going on, so they can re-enter the tag team division and beat whoever holds the titles. I don't think it'll be like the greatest title win of all time, but I don't really have anybody to say like, yeah, that's the team that's going to beat the MFTs. I just don't know what's happening with the SmackDown Tag Team Division. It's again a case of, hey, let's make this faction look good and strong by giving them the belts. Now let's do the women's mid-card titles. Julia, she's the U.S. champion. She just won it back from Chelsea Green, and it looks like they're making an effort to push Julia. So, I don't know. I'm thinking, you know what? Lash Legend. Lash Legend is going to be the champion. I know Julia is supposed to be kind of a heel, but she's kind of right now mixing it up with both baby faces and heels. Her and Kiana James, who had a great showing in the Royal Rumble, they are now the #1 contenders, I think, for the women's tag team titles, which I think they will lose, but they are the #1 contenders. And maybe Lash and Nia get involved in that, which will lead to Julia and Lash going one-on-one. And this would be kind of cool because now it's not official on WWE TV, but Trick and Lash are actually a couple. So you could have your first ever couple. They're not married, but they are a couple. They're actually engaged champions, both being the U.S. champion at the same time. That'd be actually kind of cool. So yeah, I think Lash Legend is gonna get it. Intercontinental title. Becky Lynch, the best in the world. She is holding it down, making it the most important belt in WWE at times. No wonder that she is the best. And that's not just me saying it, people. That's Sports Illustrated. So who's gonna beat Becky? AJ Lee. AJ Lee. This run of AJ Lee unfortunately has really soured my my overall opinion of AJ Lee. I'm always going to enjoy her past run, but I do not like how they presented her in this run. She comes back for just the big events and stuff, and I don't like when people like Brock Lesnar do it, but it took me a while to kind of get over it. And just be like, oh, I guess Brock is back, and I guess I'm gonna have to treat AJ like I treat Brock. Well, I guess AJ's back, so I think AJ comes back for her Intercontinental match, and she will beat Becky Lynch, and then AJ will eventually lose it to Roxanne Perez. I see that happening. All right, now let's do the women's main titles, the world title. Looks like it's going to be Liv Morgan going for Stephanie Vakir at Mania, and I think this one's pretty cut and dry. I think Stephanie Vakir is going to lose to Liv Morgan, and then Liv can instantly walk into a feud with Raquel Rodriguez. And I wish I had more reasoning other than, Liv has just been on fire since 2024. It's time to give her the belt back. So now we go to SmackDown. We have Jade Cargill has defended her title one time on TV since winning said title. And I think the person that she's going to lose the title to, Bianca Belair. Last year, Elimination Chamber was the 1 year anniversary of Jade Cargill coming out to beat up Naomi. So this year, I think Bianca Belair is going to come out and beat up Naomi. If Jade is put in the chamber herself and she can win it, and then we have Bianca come out and beat her up, well, we're off to the races to a match at Mania. Bianca Belair, she's my pick. I know she's been injured since last WrestleMania with a broken knuckle, but maybe it's healed. Maybe they didn't put her in Royal Rumble because they wanted her to remain strong and they were already set on Liv Morgan. So they were just like, let's hold off Bianca. We'll have Tiffany be the one that returns, but Tiffany doesn't win. We don't want to have two returning stars not win. Let's have Bianca just save her strong for the Elimination Chamber. But yeah, Jade will lose in that dream match between her and Bianca. Drew McIntyre's Undisputed Championship. I love that Drew McIntyre is champion. I no way, no how thought they were going to give it to him in January. So who's he going to lose to? At first I thought he was going to lose it back to Cody Rhodes. I figured he would just be a 3-week champion and then he would just lose it at Royal Rumble. But no, he didn't. I think though, he will lose it to Jacob Fatu. I think we have a triple threat at Mania Night 1 and Jacob Fatu is crowned. Will he win it at Mania or will he win it a month later? Remember, when The Miz beat John Cena at WrestleMania 27, the next month, I think at Extreme Rules, The Miz lost it to John Cena. So I don't know, maybe they reward Drew with walking into WrestleMania as champion and walking out as champion. And who knows, maybe the next SmackDown, that's where Jacob wins it. Just like, that would be actually really cool in a way. If we're going to give it to Jacob, what if he didn't win it at Mania, but he just won it the next week at SmackDown? I would like that. But either way, I think it goes to Jacob. And Cody continues his chase. Cody's way more interested chasing the title, and I think Cody's a smart guy. I think he realizes that. So, Jacob, your champion. Then we have CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Ooh, boy, howdy. This one's a hard one to call. Honestly, this one's kind of a hard one to call. On one hand, I'm like, well, maybe Seth gets involved, but Seth hates CM Punk, and he doesn't want Roman to ever get power again. So, like, if Seth got involved, he would probably attack both of them. I was thinking maybe The Rock could come out. The Rock comes out, interferes, setting off a course for Roman and Rock at next year's Mania to main event that, where we have The Rock getting paid $48 billion to main event Saudi Arabia, and maybe he costs Roman the title? I don't know, because then Roman could then go after the undisputed title later in the year, and he doesn't have to he doesn't have to win the quote unquote losers title. He called it that, not me. Or you give it to Roman and he can elevate the losers title to the most important title. I mean, Roman being just in this match has made it the night 2 main event. Jeez, I don't know. I think CM Punk. I think CM Punk loses. Yeah, it's just going to go to Roman. I don't think Roman dipped his toes in Hollywood. He didn't like it as much as he thought he would, and he's coming back. He's coming back on a more regular schedule. Not a full time, but a more of a regular schedule than he did for the last 2 years. Roman said on Pat McAfee, hey, I gave you guys and gals 2 years to step up. Creative sucks. You guys, you didn't step up. Daddy's home. If I'm coming home and to make everything better, I handed everything to you on a silver platter. If I'm coming home to fix things, well then I'm gonna be the top guy. I'm gonna take the championship. And Roman's one of few people that's left that can pretty much call his shot even to Triple H. Heck, Roman blasted Triple H's creative and still won the Royal Rumble. So if Roman wants to win this title, Roman's gonna win the title. And I kind of thinks Roman wants to win the title. He's like, I've suffered enough losses. It's time to get some W's. More W's than L's. All right, boys. All right, girls. Those are my picks. What are your picks? Tell me in the comments below. See you. Bye.